Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Unit 5, Week 5 of our term. Time is flying by. We're over halfway through. Don't be afraid. It's going to be fine. We're going to take a look, of course, at what's going on this week and get you motivated and started on your assignments this week. So let's go straight to Unit 5 and look at the overview. So this week is all about family and work and life balance. And this, of course, you should sense a trend. One of the main themes of English 107 is getting your own self in order. And that is how we become better students, better family members, better workers, better everything, right? Working on ourselves is key. So this week, we're going to be focusing on balancing family, work, and school, which of course is difficult. Discussing, of course, your goals and imagined future through the use of images, which is kind of a fun one. And then doing some reflection on what it takes to complete an assignment, because this is something you're going to be doing as long as you're in school. So in terms of what you're going to do, of course, you're going to look at the readings and resources. You're going to complete and submit the assignment forum on the discussion board, and then you have another journal entry. All right, so this week's articles, websites, and videos. You have an article by Loretto on balancing between college, work, and personal life. All you got to do is click on this link to read that. Then you have a couple of videos, one by Mel Robinson. This one, she's very familiar. You've probably seen her before. Secret to beating, feeling that overwhelmed feeling. We all have that from time to time. So that's a good one. And then finally, this one is very practical. Step-by-step advice on completing tasks, how to set those kinds of smaller goals to get to the larger goal, all that good stuff, organizing yourself, prioritizing. The next video is about that. As usual, you have the practice with writing. So you will click on this, you will go through the module step by step. These are fairly straightforward. Go through units within that. That's your activity. And then you have a couple of assignments. One is the assignment forum. This is your discussion board, and this one's kind of fun. So an assignment forum is simply an assignment you share with your fellow classmates on the discussion board. One way to alleviate some stress you may be feeling is to envision what the future looks like. You will be looking for one image from Creative Commons Openverse. I'll show you that in a minute, which represents your journey after this course. First, select an image that shows us through the image where you see yourself in the next couple of years. To find the photo, follow these directions, and I'll walk you through this in a second, but let me go through the directions first. Open the Creative Commons Openverse. You should now see a search box. Next to the search box, click the arrow for all content and change it just to photos. In the search box, you can add words that represent your journey. So you could talk about what you want to do, where you want to be, if there's a particular position that you want to hold down the road. There's a lot of different ways you can do that. Once you find the appropriate photo, make sure to include who created the photo and the title of the photo and a link to the photo in the discussion board. If you would like, you can also right-click on the photo, select copy image, and then paste the photo into your discussion board using Control V or Command V. In 3 to 4 sentences, explain why you feel the image represents you. And that, of course, is due by Wednesday. Now, with this one, you are not required to respond to your peers' posts about their images, but you certainly can if you so desire. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and show you how to do it. So this is the search box. All I did was click on the link. And as it mentioned, you want to change it to just images, because we don't want, what are the other options? We don't want audio. We want to share an actual visual image. So let's say my goal is to work with horses. It's not. I love horses. I wish I would have done that, but I'm too old now. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. But let's say I was doing that. So I get a bunch of horses, right? So I can use whatever image that I want. I want to pick something cool and peaceful. This one looks cool and peaceful. So I'm gonna use this one. So I'm gonna click on it. Now, remember, it mentioned you need to include both the title and the author or the taker of the picture. So I'm gonna copy that and I'm going to open this and we're gonna just go ahead and make one. So I'm gonna do create thread, instructor sample. See this week's video. All right, so my image is called horses. And the user, oops. Now, I'm not going to need all this. I'm just going to need that. So I can then take that and delete. Okay. Then I would want to include the image. So let me go back and I can get this image this way. I can also, as it said, you can right click on it. I'm on a Mac, so honestly, it's harder to right click than it is to just download it. So I'm going to download the photo. I'm going to do a small. So this is going to then put it in my folder. So I will be able to include that in my discussion. So let me come back to the discussion. And to include the image, I want to click on this plus sign. I'm going to insert local files, and there is the image that I just saved. Okay, so there's my image. And then below that, here's why this resonates with me. And I'm going to write a little thing. If Okay, so yours might be a little bit longer than that. I'm kind of making this up, so I'm just going to go ahead and submit it. So that's going to be on the discussion board, just like we've been posting discussion boards all along. So that's what you guys are going to do for that assignment. Again, you don't have to post to anyone else's, but you certainly can. Okay. All right, so the next assignment is the journal. And of course, you've been doing journals, so this is nothing new. After doing this week's assignment forum, tell me about your thoughts and feelings as you were doing the assignment. How does your imagined future affect you? How you view your work-life balance? Did finding the images give you an additional spark to finish the course strong? What was the most surprising thing you learned about your future goals and yourself from the images you selected? As usual, your journal length should be about 6 to 10 sentences. In order to start your journal, of course, you just click here and write it. Okay. So those are your two assignments. And then, of course, as usual, there's a little blurb about what's coming up. And unit 6. Time's flying. All right. So I hope everyone has a great week 5. If you have any questions or problems, please email me. I don't know. Questions about the assignment, absolutely post them on the discussion board to ask the instructor. But if you have a question about your own work, please email me directly. All right. Everybody take care and have a great week, and I will see you next Monday.